Hey everybody, it's Ben in beta, and I want to just apologize for the lack of a great background here today, but this is what I have. I just moved into a new place and I'm still getting things set up. So this is what I have for today, but it's less about the background and more about the product that I want to talk about today. This is the P72 power station from Newsmy Power. You have seen me review a few of the different products from Newsmy in the past, including this 100-watt solar panel, which I absolutely love and use all the time. And it happens to pair perfectly with this little power station, which is great. So the P72 is a 270-watt power station. And just to disclose everything, they did send me this power station to test out and give a review of. But I really like their products. And I do have links in the description if you're interested in purchasing one of these. But let's see what it came with when I first got it. This is a 270 watt-hour battery, great for things like CPAP machines or just charging devices around your house or taking it on the road and charging things while camping, that kind of stuff, something that you can keep in your tent and keep your devices charged pretty easily. Now, this unit does not have any AC ports on it. This unit is really for DC charging, but it's great for the majority of the devices you'd want to charge with it. So let's quickly see what comes in the box. All right, so first thing we're gonna get is our cables. So this is going to allow you to be able to DC charge your unit in a car, which is pretty nice. So that's what that's for, cigarette lighter charging. So you got your DC charger. So this would plug in. A couple different ways to use this for charging your device, for pass-through charging and whatnot, but you get the cigarette lighter and then there's an adapter. You're going to get your solar adapter. This is going to have one of those smaller DC connectors to it. But that's what connects to that with standard MC4 on the other side. So this should work pretty well for solar charging. And then you're gonna get your USB-C charging brick here. And this is a 65 watt fast charger as well. It is GAN, which is pretty great. All right, and then we've got the unit itself. Looks like I missed one more cable in here, and that's gonna be one of the USB-C cables, I believe. So here we go, USB-C, C to C. Can be charged that way as well. You've got your quick start guide and all the instructions for AC, DC charging, so on and so forth, as well as all the power station requirements, what all the buttons do, everything like that. All really well labeled. Everything I've used by Newsmy has been great. So Newsmy Power does a really nice job with all of this stuff. Then we have the Newsmy device itself. So it has a nice handle on it to be able to carry it around. Got the display here on the front. On this side, you have a 6-watt light. And then on this side, you have all of your buttons and where you charge everything. So you have your input, your output, you have USB-A's, and then 2 100-watt USB-C's. So that is awesome for charging. Like that's 4 things you can charge all at the same time, which is great. And it has some rubber feet at the bottom too. So let's just make sure everything powers on. Here we go. Okay, long press to power on. Currently, we are at about 4 bars out of 5 bars for power with 0 watts. And let's just see how it charges my phone. It's currently at about 43%. We'll use the cable that came with it. All right, so we're gonna plug into USB 1 and plug it into my phone. And there we go, we are charging. It says fast charging and full in about an hour, which kind of makes sense, about 50% charged. And it does say it's fast charging as well. So the PD charging, so we are fast charging and we're putting out about 19 watts, 20 watts right now, 21. So that's doing really well, 23. Let's check the other output, just make sure that's working well too. And again, we're ramping back up to that 20, 21 mark, which is exactly what I would expect. And then lastly, let's give the LED light a try. So that's the second button down. And in a pinch, that would definitely be helpful to give you some pretty decent light. And it does have various settings, including the flashing one, if you're in trouble. So that's a quick, what do you get with the Newsmy P72 power station? All right, so you can see it comes with pretty much everything you need and has quite a few inputs for something this size. The light is really nice on it. And I love this for charging things in the living room. I can stick this on a little shelf on my end table and be able to charge up to 4 things all at the same time with it. And that's really nice. And that's everything from computers to phones to tablets, whatever. And I can just throw this outside and charge it during the day in the backyard. And with a 100-watt solar panel, it charges really super quick. And it pulls like 80 to 90 watts of power so far from the system. So really close to that 100 watts, which is great.
In fact, on a recent day, I was able to get
101 watts of power out of the system when I was charging it, which was pretty awesome. One thing I wish was that the battery display was a percentage rather than the bars. I think that would be an improvement that Newsmy Power could make, just to make that work a little bit better in terms of knowing how much power you actually have in the system. I prefer that. That's really the only thing I can say about an improvement for it. It only weighs a couple pounds, so a couple other things that we're going to be using this for is for overlanding. This is definitely something we'll bring into our tent with us from now on, because it's a lot smaller than the 400 watt battery that I had from Bluetti to try to fit into the tent. This has plenty of power for overnight stuff, whether that's an electric blanket or just powering all of our devices and charging things. Now, one thing that I did experience, and you may experience this with your system as well, when I first got it, only 2 of the USB ports worked. I reached out to Newsmy, and basically what they told me was I just needed to take it out of hibernation. And the way I did that was I just plugged those into power to charge, and those ports activated again and everything was fine. So if you purchase one of these and you find that the power outlets are not working, you just need to plug them into power, and that kind of basically tells them, hey, get out of hibernation mode and turn on. I have charged up to 4 items at one time with it. The USB ports are 100 watt USB Type-Cs, and I've definitely gotten, over 50, 60 watts out of those. Nothing I've connected to it has needed 100 watts, so I haven't been able to test does it go up to 100 or not. But I've charged all my devices and done exactly what it needs to. Now the light on it is pretty nice too, because this is really super portable. Using the light on here to get light where you need it into different places, whether that's down in the basement or in your garage, underneath your vehicle, that's also kind of a nice feature because this is so small. Some of these other batteries have lights on them, but they're massive, and I'm not sure how often you would really use that, except for maybe around a campfire or something like that. So I've been using it about a month now. It charges all my devices exactly as I need them, and it's been nice to pair along with the Newsmy 100 watt solar panel. I'll have links in the description, as I said before, so take a look at those if you're interested in something like this. If you use one of those links, it does benefit my channel, and I do appreciate that very much. And you may have never heard of Newsmy, but every single product I've gotten from them has exceeded my expectations. I will do a long-term update on this just to see how it's performing over time as well. All the specs are perfect for a power station of this size. Found this video at all helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. I do review lots of different power stations. I do a lot of overlanding stuff. I do a lot of detailing things. And I'm also doing some home improvement, homeowner stuff like upgrading garage, new HVAC systems, those types of things as they come up in this new place, just to kind of help share information with people there too. And I love that it's super portable. You can take this pretty much anywhere, picnics, camping, whatever. I think even for things like a long trip in the car where your kids might need some power in the back and maybe you don't have enough outlets, so you have an older vehicle, this is another good way to go there. This is definitely a system I will continue to use. Again, I love this in the living room. The list price on this is about 150 bucks, but you can get it with a coupon right now for $60 off. That may not always be around, but you can get it for 60 bucks off. And if you want to get it with the 100 watt solar panel, currently it's $200 on Amazon. So definitely check out those links. I will have them in the description below if you want to pick them up. Again, I'm going to continue to use this because I think it's a perfect little power station for lots of different needs. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, live your life in beta, and we'll see you next time.